Hi everyone, it's your girl ɪᴛ'𝕱, and the topic of today is empaths. It is all about the best love. Now, this is going to be kind of a video where I talk about, there's going to be a little bit of story time thrown in there, a little bit of messages from the universe, because you have to understand a lot of these videos that I make are me channeling to a degree. Like even while I'm getting ready for these videos, I always get really hot. Like I'll feel really hot, and I know it's just because I'm connecting to source or whatever you want to call it. That's why sometimes you'll watch videos and I kind of stumble over my words. I might stutter a little bit because I'm speaking what I feel and then I'm also channeling what I get. So yeah, if you're ever wondering, that's why sometimes I sound like I talk like I'm confused. So, empaths, it is about the best love, not chasing after anyone, not doing love spells. I know in the spiritual community, it does attract a lot of damaged people and people that are following, I don't want to say following unhealthy advice, but I don't think they're following the right advice. Especially if you're healing from, understanding what real love is, understanding what a healthy relationship is, it's probably not the best time to get involved with what you believe to be a twin flame and, the whole runner chaser thing. That really feeds the part of yourself that needs to be healed, because many times in these situations, I don't want to say everybody because it's not my place to say what is right and what is wrong in these situations, but I just feel like it leaves people to be victimized by someone who may be taking advantage of them because they have the whole runner chaser belief when it comes to twin flames or whatever. And this is just for empaths in general. This is not about anything twin flame related. This is just about love, because I feel like empaths, you most likely have had a difficult upbringing. You most likely have had to learn on your own what real love is. And it's a difficult lesson. It's something that can take a very long time. It can take a whole lifetime. I've seen people leave comments and they're like, I'm 75 years old and I just realized that the man I was married to for the past 50 years was a narcissist and this and this. And no judgment. Like, I believe that you are never too old to learn, truthfully. It's better late than never. So this is for my empaths out there. This is for my spiritually sensitive, my scapegoats of society. It can be very difficult when it comes to finding real love and understanding real love. And I will always say on this channel, it always begins with yourself. It always begins with understanding who you are, where it all began, where all the pain stems from, why it is that you might be going for the wrong people, chasing love. And I myself had done that in the past. Like, I'm going to be honest. There's one time I went to a occult shop and I got a soulmate candle. Now, this was not the time that I should have been looking for love outside of myself. This is time where I should have been pouring love into myself. So I went there and I was like, I want to find my true love. I want to find the person that I'm meant to be with forever, because I was under the impression that as soon as I find the love of my life, everything will make sense and everything, all my pain, all my doubts, all my whatever will just melt away, which is not realistic, but that's when you're young and you kind of have like a fairy tale perception of love. So I got the candle, and a week later I met who I thought was my soulmate. Now, this person was not my soulmate and was definitely a karmic. However, I did learn at this time that I wasn't what I wanted to attract, right? Because this was at a time in my life where I was drinking and I was into the whole party thing. So if you're like that, the universe is not going to send you somebody who's worth having, right? The universe is going to send you somebody who's on your level energetically. So if you're not loving yourself and you're not respecting yourself, the universe is going to send you someone who doesn't love and respect you, and you might think that it's love, or you might be going for somebody for the wrong reasons because your perception of love is very skewed. And that's exactly what happened. And I ended up meeting a spiritualist who was like, what are you doing? This is not the time for you to look for love. You don't know yourself. You're just attracting more of what you don't want. It's time to take a step back. And I find with empaths, especially because you're feeding that insecurity, you're feeding that trauma, whatever it is that's created this negative perspective of love. And instead of actually healing it and being like, oh, this probably isn't the person for me. Because as you become more in alignment with who you are, you peel away those layers and you heal those parts of yourself. You realize you can spot red flags a mile away. You'll look back on old relationships and be like, man, there was red flags from the very beginning, but I didn't notice that because I was under the impression that this was the love of my life, maybe because they mirrored certain aspects of relationships you had with a difficult parent or a difficult family member, or just mirrored a part of yourself that you hadn't come to terms with and heal. So I find with empaths especially, we are more susceptible for being the chaser in any aspect, as well as feeling like any type of love is good love. So say somebody is distant and, ignores you for a few days and then comes back and shows you love and then disappears again. Like that to us is more of, when they disappear, it's more of a hit to the ego. I think that you're genuinely in love with this person? No, because that's not love. They're breadcrumbing you. They're saying, here's a little love and then I'm going to be gone. Here's a little love. It's more control on their part. And you're thinking, oh, maybe I can control them. Maybe I can make them fall in love with me more. Or, whenever things get difficult, they disappear. No, that is an emotionally immature person and things will not get better. Those are things that they need to heal within themselves. And yeah, that's not a healthy dynamic. So this is a message to empaths. I always say start with self-love, healing yourself and figuring out your own traumas. And it's not about, never chase love, never feel like you need to chase somebody down in order to get attention from them, because that is not love. That is a form of energy vampirism. They're taking something from you. But this is a big lesson. This is a big lesson for you. You need to have those boundaries. You need to have that self-respect. It's not about the twin flame. It's not about the soulmate. It's about finding the best love for you. And I think we tend to get too swept up in that whole fairy tale, the whole twin flame. Oh my goodness, there's repeating numbers. Oh, look at this. There's all these signs, but you're not paying attention to how this person is actually making you feel. If this person makes you feel exhausted, if they're making you cry all the time, if they're making you jump through hoops just to get in contact with them, probably not the person for you. I know it's going to hurt. I know it sucks. But when you actually start healing those parts of yourself, you'll be like, why did I ever give this person the time of day? Why did I ever give this person any of my attention? I deserve somebody who's there, who shows me who they are, who's proven that they're loyal, smart, intelligent, and just a good person. So, my empaths out there, it's really about the best love. It's about the best love. Forget about the labels. Forget about the twin flames. Forget about the soulmates. It's about the best love. How is this person making you feel? Is this somebody that when you think about them, you feel good, you feel safe, you feel loved? Or is it someone who you feel like you have to check their phone every 2 seconds, who makes you question yourself, makes you question your value, question what kind of a relationship you have? Are they taking it seriously? Are they vulnerable with you? Do you feel safe to be vulnerable with them? These are all things that as you heal, it'll just be natural. You'll be like, no, this person makes me feel weird. I'm not going to hang out with them. No, I see a few things that are showing that they're emotionally unavailable, and that's not my job to heal them. And it's not my job to, try to break down every barrier in order to finally get to who they are. No. True love, real, comfortable, healthy love shows vulnerability on both sides. You're not questioning things. You're not feeling unsafe and feeling worried and feeling drained and feeling like you've been taken for a ride. So empaths, forget about the labels. Forget about all that stuff. Forget about the synchronicities and all that stuff. How does this person make you feel? How do you feel when they're around? How do you feel do you notice that when they show up that you suddenly feel a little bit anxious? And these are all things that'll take some work because, like I said, a lot of empaths had difficult beginnings. So chaos is comfort. Feeling anxious and feeling worried all the time is normal. So then when you have that comfortable, safe feeling where things aren't so chaotic, it almost feels foreign to you. It's almost like, wow, is this real? What's going on? Is there, you know what I mean? So how does this person make you feel? Heal those parts of yourself, become in balance, feel safe, feel loved within yourself. So then when somebody else enters your life, you can really notice, is there a good shift or a positive, or a good shift or a negative shift? Do I notice that I'm going back to that anxious part of myself, or am I suddenly, I notice that I'm having a glow up on top of a glow up, right? So my empaths, I love you guys so much. It's all about the best love. Forget about the labels. Take care.